Hi, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Tamra, and I am a homeschooling mom of three. We've been homeschooling for coming up on 8 years now, and I really just wanted to make a quick video giving you guys an update on what I've been working on, to get ready for the upcoming school year. Yes, I know it's early, it's March, but I have learned over time that getting started earlier in the school year or earlier in the year for the upcoming school year just makes it that much easier, so that it's not a mad rush when it's time to get everything registered and school supplies and all that sort of thing. Just taking a little bit, eating that elephant one bite at a time throughout the year really does help things not get to be too overwhelming. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and just quickly give a show of our upcoming schedule for the school year, for the 2022-2023 school year, which sounds so strange to say. And our schedule really isn't changing much. We are still going to be year-round homeschooling. We are still going to be 6 weeks on, 1 week off. With the exception of December, which will be the Christmas and New Year's holidays, as well as May, the end of May, which is kind of like the end of our school year, end of the grade level. We take 2 weeks off during that time, and that's the maximum amount of time that we take off at one time is 2 weeks, because any more time than that, and I noticed that my kids really start to kind of regress, and we end up having to do more review of what we've already learned. And it just, 2 weeks is the max. 2 weeks is about as much as we can handle. But what ultimately it works out to throughout the year with our 1 week off scheduling, we end up having about 10 weeks off throughout the whole year. So it's a good amount of time off. We're not, being year-round schoolers does not mean that we're not taking breaks, that we're not adjusting and adapting to the needs as they arise. We still do have mental health days when we need them. We take field trips. We have lighter days. Of course, there's always going to be sick days that come up. But having it be year-round, like I said, it really does help with how much we're having to review and cover over and over. It also helps with just being consistent. It can, whenever, like if my parents want to come visit, I usually will just send them a copy of this in an email, and they know when we're off, they know when it's a good time to come visit. It's also great for being able to make travel plans if you're a family that travels, knowing ahead of time what your school schedule is going to look like, so you can plan your vacations around the best times of year to travel wherever you're going to be going. It's just very helpful for me, someone like me, to see it out, in a format like this, and it becomes really official, especially after I laminate. I don't know if you can hear the humming in the background, but I've got my laminator warming up, because when I finish this video, I'm going to laminate it and it becomes official. So I always recommend that be the first thing that you do when you're getting prepared for your homeschool. Of course, after you've checked the laws, if you're brand new, or even if you're not brand new, I always recommend just checking the laws for any updates, getting your homeschool registered, that sort of thing. Go ahead and make your annual school calendar. I know for our state, it's not required to turn into anyone, but I have it on our records anyway, just because that's me. That's what I like to do. For your state, it may be a requirement to actually submit, like, when, your school's calendar. So yeah, if you have any questions about it, or if you'd like me to go into even more detail about why we choose what we choose. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is, in addition to marking when we are in school, I also mark when the public school is not in school. And that's a great thing that I would highly recommend anyone add to their calendar, just so you'll know when your local public schools are out of school, because there's been times in the past where I would, take my kids somewhere, and I'd be thinking, why are these people here? And it'd be because the public school is out of school. So even just putting that notation on there, or just a little symbol on mine, is just symbolized with, those dates being outlined. Just lets me keep up with when my kids' friends are out of school. So that's another thing that you can consider adding to your calendar. You can obviously put holidays and birthdays on here. I don't really put that on my schedule because I know when they are, so it's not something that I feel that I need a reminder of on the schedule, on this particular schedule. But you can absolutely add it to yours, or you can even put a spouse's work schedule, like whatever you want to put on here. I would say go for it. See what works, see what doesn't, and if something isn't working or if it seems too overwhelming, start taking things off, because this is done in a spreadsheet format, so you can kind of play around with what works best for you and print it, laminate it if you're extra like me. That's really all I wanted to share in terms of just getting ready for the upcoming school year with the full school schedule. I also have on here our weekly schedule, which I can go over in another video. But I really just wanted to keep this one short, sweet, and simple. So I appreciate you so much for watching. I am also on Instagram at Cousin Tam and on TikTok at Cousin Tam. If you are on any of those platforms, follow me there as well. We can keep up and keep each other encouraged as we go through this homeschooling adventure together. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.